Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is September 27, 2025, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the NASDAQ 100, that's QQQ, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only because we all know trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. No trade recommendations here, guys. Just a view at the market, my opinion of what I see. All right, let's go to these charts and see what we see. And let me maximize this chart and see what we see on this quarterly chart. We are still green. We're still above the yearly R1, so we're still looking good. And not too much of a wick on there. All good on this quarterly chart. On this monthly chart, what we see here, we're still above the 9-10 moving average. We're still making higher highs and higher lows, still looking good. These are quarterly pivots on this chart, so it looks like come next quarter, we're going to be ending the quarter here next month, I believe, and we're going to be opening up above pivot, so that looks good there, that we're going to look like we're going to be still going higher. At least I expect us to still be going higher. Let's go down to this weekly chart. On this weekly chart, we turned a little red this past week here on the NASDAQ, but I believe we have hit our bottom. It may not be the bottom, like I had said before. When we get to an R2 level, we tend to slow down a little bit, and that's what we've done this week. We slowed down a little bit. We did make an all-time high, new high, but we did pull back quite a bit, and I think. Again, I was expecting more of a pullback, so we can get a little bit more of a pullback. I was thinking that we could come down way down here somewhere. I was thinking we might, again, maybe next month is going to be the month where we get that pullback down to about, maybe about to a support 1 level. I doubt if we get all the way down to a support 2 level. If we turn over we're going to have to get some really bad news for that to happen. That hasn't been happening. We've just been getting these little pullbacks, and this might have been it. We might get a little bit more of a pullback since this is going to be the last week, not next week, but then come the next month. I believe it's October. We might get a pullback down to pivot. We have to wait and see what's going to happen there. But we'll see it here on this weekly chart. What's happening here? But as you can see, this past week, yes, it was red. It did pull back a little bit. I was kind of expecting that, but we came back up quite a bit already. So that what got me saying, oh, was that the bottom that we made this week, or is it trying to form an evening star, not in the right location? We do have a bearish Harami here at this point, but again, it's not the best one that I've seen, And again, bearish Haramis back here in the past didn't mean anything in this market at this time. So we just got to kind of wait and see what's happening. We're at a top. We got one more week where we could go sideways, kind of like this type of thing before we rocket back off. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen here. All right, but let's go ahead and go down to this daily noise and wrap this on up. On this daily noise, I'll zoom in here just a little bit. This is what we were saying. What I was saying, I was kind of I was expecting a pullback, and it looked like all we did was just pull back and fill this gap here. I do not have my tool on. I do have a tool on here. Let me see how well it works. Pen. We just look like we just came back here and filled this gap here, that's all. And now look like I'm saying, I'm wondering if this was our bottom, since we got a higher lows and we got higher highs now on the daily. And come like next week, we look like we will be opening above pivot. And if we open above pivot, we'll come back in and make a new high come next week So that's the thing, to wait and see what's going to happen here, and that's what I'm seeing. So we just kind of need to wait and see what happens. Because I was thinking, yeah, just another what I was thinking, this is what we see. And what we see look like the market may have made its bottom already and getting ready to start back heading higher. And that's it. That's all I really want to share at this time. This is Right Side Trader. Let me see if I can get my mouse back because I'm using an able mouse. This is Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.